this up. Yo, I ain't even gonna lie though, it did take off. Cause I'm like, dang. It's like mid back, like lean forward just a little bit. Like, look. That ain't long.
More, I'm coming.
Yeah, Lord. I think honestly you may have caught Moya a little bit. Don't tell Moya I told you that. Don't tell her, Lord. But she popping off too, though. She popping off. Everybody popping off in their own little way. One thing I am gonna give Locs is longevity, because even with life changes, it's still like work with it. Like it's still they still able to be stable. You can work around it, style around it. Even for my people who get real old through like fluctuation of hormones at like during menopause time, because that's another time where people extreme like do extreme shedding. So like during that phase though, it's still able to sustain the locks. Even for people who got alopecia, as long as they grow it out over the years, and you know if it's long enough, even if they lose their whole center, they able to style them. Because they able to pull up all their locks above, you know what I'm saying? Or do like put forward, do French braids in the back coming forward with curls.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, so it's don't have to be confined to a wig just because they going through a bad phase in their locks, you know. So that's what I do like about the locks. They definitely got some coverage. Because you was even able to do, you did a nice ponytail to the front. A nice one. You can't even see the edge line.
Yeah, that's my little go-to.
Yes. And I like the bandana idea too, because that's no tension. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
just don't
put a little loose ponytail.
Put a little bit in.
Cute little headband.
And keep it moving.
Well, hello.
That part right there.
That's the message.
And that part right there. I don't like it when you see somebody and they going through like postpartum shedding and stuff like that, and they got it's like no, you got to let the style go. No tension on them. No tension.
Let them be free.
At least during that fluctuation time, like when you got the tension on it, and plus it's already prematurely coming out.
They gonna be falling out. You gonna wash it.
It ain't worth it. Yeah, do some little edge control like you saying. You put a little oil on there, the DHT oil, inhibitor, or the omega oil. Put a little oil on there. Throw your little edge control on. Oil at nighttime. You know, edge control during the daytime. Throw your little band on and keep it moving.
Right.
Ain't no sense of more damage. Especially when you look and see and there's a lot of bulbs. You know what I'm saying? Now that's like, oh my gosh. It's like, no. The follicles is screaming. We almost got our back section. And I can't wait for you to try the rollers. I think that's gonna help too for styles. Like meaning if you got somewhere to go and trying to put on for rump up in there. If y'all have any questions, y'all more than free to ask a question, and I can see if I can answer it. Let me say this: first person to ask a question, I'll probably answer that one, cause you know I be talking a lot, so that general question might go on and on. Okay. Hey y'all on YouTube. Yeah, we was just going over some issues some of us ladies go through with postpartum shedding. That's after you have a baby. You shed for at least 12 months after the baby comes. And sometimes you start shedding a little bit earlier. But that's okay. Just make sure that y'all home in on y'all vitamins and stuff. And just kind of be prepared that y'all be a long little fight. Okay, you guys? But it's definitely something that you can do. It's something that grows back. So meaning whatever done came out will come back. So if you lose one complete row on the edge line, it shall grow back. Just time and try not to cause damage. And when I say that, I mean we was just talking about styles and stuff like that. If you are shedding and just had a baby, the best to leave that thing tension free. Because you don't want to damage your hair follicles on top of it already shedding and coming out. So you don't want to do long-term damage over a temporary situation. Now, I could say temporary, go 12 months, and so that becomes a lot of time. I get it. But at the same time, 12 months to a lifetime is just totally different. Because sometimes with all that tension on there, when the hair follicles are already shedding or detaching, it could cause traction alopecia. That means that your hair ain't going to come back. Okay, it's going to be baby bald. And you don't want to get to that point. Okay, you guys? So just make sure that you work with your healthcare, or not healthcare, but your hair practitioner, and see if your hair practitioner can assist you during the process. You can look at headbands, loose ponytails. You know, it's like a few things that you could do. Pull out to where you pull it into a messy bun at the top and allow this portion to be loose and free. But headbands is going to be your best friend as well as edge control. Okay? Also, my client did throw out a great suggestion. She put some oils on the edge line, okay? So while she was going through the shedding at nighttime, she threw a little bit of omega oil on the edge line. There's just some DHT inhibitor in there, and to help fight the shedding as much as possible and moisturize that scalp, okay? So just basically pampering your baby hairs and your edge line during this process is gonna be the best situation. Remind you still got the rest of your hair. Y'all see her hair? Y'all see me? What is it, baby? This is long. This is long and beautiful. And y'all see how things drop, baby? This is like no buildup. Like when they be asking me like what's the best, I love interlocking method. And why? It's because it doesn't require too many products at all. And it keeps the hair as healthy as possible, or keep the locks as healthy as possible. It's nothing added down to like, you know, add down on the weight or anything. And another thing is not a lot of twisting. So also too as well with postpartum, you guys, if y'all got traditional dreadlocks, try not to twist as tight at that root, okay, in your sensitive area, which is going to be contributed to your edge line, okay? So I'm just adding that out there, throwing that out there, okay, you guys? Y'all, of course, if I didn't tell y'all, we do got the betaine edge control. They love it. It smells great and amazing. Definitely make sure that y'all hit some of that up during your postpartum issues, or if you just like your baby hairs to be tamed, y'all come holler at us. Okay, that was an infomercial. I threw that in, of course. Okay, I wouldn't be doing my job. Do you be doing braid outs?
And you know when I
wash it.
Yeah, and so it stayed.
It stayed.
And even that photo, that's just that wasn't no braid out. That's just the.
That's so texture.
Yeah, that's just.
It be so cute.
Look, we ain't trying to look. I ain't trying to add no extra. I don't literally. When I leave here, I put a little light ponytail, and I was just at my friend's little baby shower, so that's why I said, let me put this little, up and, but,
Other than that, out the way.
Baby, no. We don't need nothing falling out.
I'm with you when you right.
Nothing more already. We trying to build it back up strong and get it back.
We only got a couple more months, though, so we almost to the finish line, so that's a good thing right there. We almost to the finish line. How long you been locked? How long this been?
This is gonna be, we in 25, right? It's gonna be 3 years September.
3. How many inches you started off with? Realistically, if you can remember.
We did.
It was over 8 inches, right?
Yeah, it was was it? I think it was 11.
11 inches?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, because you done grew since then, though.
Yeah.
You definitely grew since then, but you definitely did start with some inches. Like, I don't want to give out that illusion right there. You definitely started off with something. But it definitely done took off, like, in these last couple of months or last year. I feel like it really took off to do, like, the most in growth. Right, thought it's a drop.
Look, I'm just waiting till I hear you say what I want you to hear, but I ain't gonna ask.
Probably that color.
Nuh-uh.
What it is?
Honey, this braid in bed.
Oh Lord, oh Lord, you can stop by now. We all right now.
You sure?
Yes,
Look,
we all right now. You know what?
I say every time I tell my husband, I say every time I go, I say it ain't about washing my hair. I say it's about I said she told me I can do it bigger last time. I say, goodness gracious.
Yeah,
I say,
you could try it.
You know, people, I said, everybody hair different. I say, well, my texture is just, you know.
So, yeah, so.
I said, honey, I ain't the kente, honey.
Oh, Lord. Y'all know we ain't mean no harm. Yes,
I'm sorry.
Y'all, we just talking about thick texture here. More so my texture without the relax. So
yeah, I'm not a 4C girl.
No. But it's harder, actually, for these sections to actually lock versus kinky. Kinky texture, that junk gonna lock within 1 year, 1 year and a half.
Yeah,
you gonna be around fully locked, okay?
So September 24th is mine.
Is your day?
Yeah, I think we start on the 20th. I think it was the 22nd through the 24th. I think it was 3 days.
It was 3 days.
It was three. We did 3 days.
That means they had to have some length to be 3 days.
3 days.
Yeah, 3 days. That means it had to be some length. Hold on, I'll be right back.
Did 3 days.
When we got started for them 3 days, do you think it was real painful?
It was, it wasn't. Oh, I don't. So it was September 20th.
It was September 20th?
21st and 22nd. So that was, it wasn't painful. I don't know. Everybody different, but I know I'm tender-headed. So he would have been like, ooh, honey, I don't know if I can go.
But you felt like it wasn't too bad.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. Okay, hold on. Let me show you. Okay. Y'all, here she go. Here she go. I don't know if y'all can see it here, but I'll do it there. And then I'll do it here. Yes, y'all. So that was her establishment. That took 3 days. Yeah, they definitely like 11 inches to 12 inches. She started off with a nice little amount. And she said she's tender-headed. And she honestly said that it didn't hurt. Even the reties right now, y'all, they don't hurt. Oh, they don't hurt.
And this was January of last year.
Oh, that was cute. Oh, shot. Let me show them that too if you don't mind. You gotta send me that video, baby.
How you know you got you think of everything?
Yeah.
You took that.
See? Yeah, that was cute, baby.
You know when you first start out, you kind of get your little. Tamika, send me that.
Yes.
You be like, child, honey, I ain't got time.
I'm good.
Stop asking, but let me sit it down.
Yes.
That was last year, January, so. Ooh, I ain't got a braid and band no more praise. Ooh, Lord.
Girl, you ain't gonna know how to iron.
I ain't gonna know.
You ain't gonna know
But
how
you know what? Because, of the, I'ma just still do the front.
Oh, just a minute. Oh, yeah.
Honey, I don't want to be talking about scrubbing through.
Yeah, your time. I'll take your time on the baby locks. Okay.
Yeah, I still do the edge line in the front. And Tamika knows what she doing, y'all. Trust me.
Oh, thank you, y'all.
And you, look, not to interrupt, but she did let me know that I was gonna do the postpartum shedding, and I that actually during my pregnancy, so like around month 4, she noticed, and so she kind of let me know really in advance. So not surprised what I'm going through right now.
Okay, you feel kind of helped you just kind of being more so aware in advance.
Oh yeah, absolutely, because nobody don't want their hair falling out, and not necessarily it ain't falling, shell, it's thin around the edge line. So when and you do have a practitioner that's very in tune and with her craft and work, they're able to kind of detect that very on when they know their clients and their hair and tracking the growth and the progress.
Absolutely. And I think that kind of helped because they kind of put us on the forefront to be ready, okay? What do you think? Did you change anything during that 4-month phase? Did you start anything additional?
I actually didn't because I had a lot of morning sickness. So actually my nutrition and everything, I mean, I was eating and drinking, but not the extent that I do now as far as kind of more balance. Even when I was pregnant, I was kind of whatever I can get in because I really didn't have an appetite for pretty much anything.
Matter of fact, think about it, that first couple months was it was hectic for you, so I can understand. I could see that. Like now that you actually said, I could, because I didn't even take that part into account. Like fluctuating hormones, and then on top of that, depending on what you actually can get down, if you having not difficult pregnancy, but just one where it's a lot of morning sickness and you can't really hold too much down. So that's definitely a difference because that's from you being, on top of you being healthy, working out. That's a fluctuation within itself, nutrition wise.
Yeah, and I wasn't able to work out at all. I just didn't have it in me.
That's all right. I mean, it can take your body through a lot of different changes. I don't even think people really can understand how many a person go through until you're actually in it and you dealing with shedding and fluctuation with your bodies and stuff like that. So I had, I feel, y'all doing some big things, creating some universes. And I just say that because y'all bringing in babies. So it is an amazing thing, but it is wear and tear on that body, okay? I also do want to bring to forefront too as well. Another time in people's life or women when y'all gonna go through fluctuation of hormones and y'all probably will see shedding the most is going to be through menopause, whether it's premenopause, whether it's like menopause or postmenopause, like those fluctuation of hormones within your body is also going to be another time to where you experience shedding. But this will be diffuse shedding and it'll be all over for the most part. Some people have concentrated shedding on the top of their head, but for the most part it's diffused. So that just means that it's throughout and it's not localized on the edge line or isolated. Yes. And that's just going to be the difference with those two. Not saying that you can't see diffuse shedding, okay, with postpartum, but it's going to hit that edge line the whole. Oh, yeah, and I do want to touch base on my people who breast for a year till they baby by 10.
Mm-hmm.
It's no shade, y'all. But listen, after postpartum, though, like postpartum shedding, I want to say because you guys are still supplementing nutrients for 2 people, I hope that you don't have any deficiencies. So if you still notice that you're shedding over that year, you definitely want to check on those deficiencies to make sure you're not anemic or you are sufficient with all your vitamins. And if not, that may be something you have to rectify with your doctors if you want to see a difference in your hair. So that means that in order to get your hair back on track, it's not going to be like postpartum shedding was just 12 months. With that, you're going to have to rectify any deficiencies that you have. So definitely make sure that you keep up with your primary care physician so that you can make sure that you do your blood work, and make sure that if you see any deficiencies that you work with your primary care physician on rectifying those, because the shedding will continue, but most likely it will be diffuse shedding, and sometimes I have shedding on that edge line with anemia. So just kind of be prepared. If you don't see this shedding stop and it's still continuing, definitely go in and go get your blood work to see if you are fighting any deficiencies. For us, I've seen the one that's going to be iron. The next one may be their vitamin D, okay? And also, too, as well, if you are switching over your eating habits, so if you're going from a regular eater to a vegan eater and you're not going to be doing animal protein, you might want to do a DHT inhibitor. And also, to keep up on your vitamins to make sure that you don't have any deficiencies, or just go to the doctor, have them run your what it is, a CDC, they call it complete lab, I don't know, they call it complete something.
Complete metabolic panel.
Yeah, what's the little CBC, right? What's CDC?
CBC.
Okay, well, look, go get your blood work, okay? Go get your blood work, review it with your medical profession, make sure y'all don't have deficiencies, and then at that point, find the deficiencies, and then you shall see the shedding will start to minimize, okay, guys? And DHT inhibitor is also a good way to combat, but if it is like extreme, y'all got to make sure you rectify. Take your DHT inhibitor, your vitamins, y'all, okay? You got to cure any deficiencies first. That is just the number one thing. One thing about hair is going to let you know when you have something going on in your body, okay? When your hair is coming out at a mass, shedding at a mass rate, something is going on. Some type of fluctuation, some type of deficiency, or you may be going through childbirth, okay? But at the end of the day, it's always good to keep a good handle on what's going on with your hair. I thought I went to the hairdressers and stylists and be upset that, you know, they're having hair loss. The proper thing is to identify why you're having that hair loss, and then from there, once the issue is rectified, because not all style, like you it may be something that a stylist can't, you know, you can't get a CBC panel from me, but you can. Hold on one sec, I'm choking, y'all. Red flag to play. Ooh. Lord. My bad, y'all. Let me get some more water first. I don't want to get on the coughing little thing. Oh, forgive me, V. Woo. Thank y'all. My bad. So, as I was stating, we can identify that you're having an issue with your hair, but some issues will require a medical profession. And I'm going to be honest, I not sent somebody to the doctor for like shedding, or recommended that they get blood work in and go to the doctor to find out what's going on. And literally, this person had a thyroid issue. So therefore, your body is going to tell you what's going on or something going on. Just like when people have different issues going on and deficiencies going on and they show up in their nails and stuff. Like the hair is just one of them things that just like, you know, if something going on, you're going to see some type of deficiency sometimes in your hair. So as a hair practitioner, it's good to pay attention and know you're not in the medical field, but what you can do is just let your client know that there has been a dramatic change. And if it's that dramatic, then obviously they may need to go see somebody. But if they not looking at their hair on a constant, they may not know of those changes. So that's why you come and you let them know, and you send the sound, like the alarm. You sound alarm, okay? And when you sound the alarm, then they can handle it from there. So sometimes it's hard explaining to people that sometimes you have to start there to identify first. Sometimes even sending somebody to, you know, the doctor to get a biopsy of their scalp if they're having extreme sheddage or hair loss, and shedding and hair loss. So just make sure, just as you being a person's hairstylist or practitioner, that you do your job to the fullest, and just make sure to eat something that you have no control over, sound an alarm and giving them the chance to fight for their hair or fight for their health. that just may be something that they really may appreciate. So I just wanted to throw that out there. What you feel about that? You feel like that sounds a little accurate?
That's very accurate.
That's very accurate. Okay. All right, y'all. I just wanted to throw that out there for you guys, and we about to leave y'all alone. Get on some other sites. Don't kill us. I'm sorry for my choking. Y'all, I did choke. I had a tear. That mean it's real. Okay? Your girl almost choked over here. She ain't said nothing. She ain't even tried to let me go get you some water, girl. Like, Lord, is you all right? She just sitting here like, girl, you better hurry up with this help. I gotta get home.
I'm off duty.
I just said, oh, Lord. Now, that is serious. She was going to let me choke y'all, Lord. Just let me cry back here. Ain't even like, girl, need water bite, though. What's going on? And I sounded like I was in the midst of choking. You know what? You ain't even turning around to see if I need the Hamlet maneuver. You ought to be ashamed, okay? You talking about you all.
If you talking, you moving.
Oh, Lord. Okay, well, that is true. Look, that's how you know she's a professional, okay? She said you'll work it out. Bless the Lord. You breathing in. Y'all, this is it. We are done with this retie. We complete this retie in 2 hours and 7 minutes. Okay, so this is how we moving and shaking. And I'm gonna go ahead and get my girl up out of here. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank y'all for rocking with us. Okay, we appreciate y'all every time. Make sure y'all check out